Hello, everyone. How's it going? That's Elsie, and we
Hello.
have Penelope
P.
here too. So
Hey,
this
Hi.
game is really pretty. Look at this is a mod, and it's really pretty still. So I just
Like
want to
you?
appreciate, yeah,
Wow.
appreciate. So we're gonna start. I don't even have my live split open, so I'm not gonna know any real time or anything. But we're just gonna get into it. So, 3, 2, 1, go. And now we load, which is going to be a common theme for this speedrun.
Anomalous
Morning, Mr. Freeman.
materials.
So we're late for
Looks like you're
work,
running late.
as he likes to remind us. And we gotta go run our way to our job. And then we're gonna do the job and we're gonna go home. And I think the run ends at that point.
Guess it's bar tab.
So how are you two doing on this fine April 19th?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm listening to Echo 2K.
Good stuff. What about you, Penny? What are you listening to?
I'm listening to the soft, dulcet tones of Black Mesa.
There you go.
I love that door.
So, something you may notice is the movement in this game's a bit wacky. We slip and slide on the ground quite a lot. We can like strafe on the ground to build speed and stuff. It also has like, since you have like no friction on the ground, you can bunny hop too. This is like added recently, where the
It's
game
kind
used to
of,
have no movement.
kind of like
Yeah.
Quake 4.
Quake 4? That's not a good thing though, isn't it? I don't think many people would be happy about that.
What's Quake 4?
There you go.
It's the fourth Quake.
Oh.
There's
But,
a
like-
fourth Quake? Oh my god.
I played the first Quake and like, I played like one episode of the second Quake.
Right on through.
So I haven't even played CPMA, don't bully me.
I will bully
So,
you.
one thing I will also mention is that the music in this game is really good. Shoutouts to Joel Nielsen. He also really likes the speedrun stuff, which has been a controversial thing among the Black Mesa team. Some of them aren't a huge fan of the speedrun stuff, which is alright. But Joel is a homie. Watched me with my casual run and my first speed run of it, so it was really cool to have the dude making all the music watching, because he makes good music.
The lore behind why you're allowed to slide is that the HEV suit dispenses passion water-based lubricant.
Oh, I
10
thought that you
lubricant
got Flood
from Amazon.
at the beginning of the game. Like you get Flood and then he talks to you in that train car.
No, we actually do race file. Excuse me, we use a hacked file. I forgot. So, what we did there was a prop clip. It's kind of a luck-based thing. Used to be a thing in Half-Life 2 a lot, but new routes have made it not viable anymore, or not faster anymore. But
Did you just throw that mug away?
yeah,
Streamer, was that out of bounds?
Yeah.
well, I can go out of bounds all I want. I just can't go through the void. No, I can't clip through the void. But
Okay.
out of bounds is completely legal, as it is in Portal in bounds as well. You can go out of bounds all you want.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I got stuck there, and that was worrisome.
Yeah, isn't it like if you do not physically enter the void, like it's not a void clip, technically?
Your speed needs to drop to like 4. I think it's actually 4.69, and I'm not saying that for a meme. That your
Basically,
velocity
yeah.
will go to, and if your
Void
velocity
clip
goes
would
down to
be
that
like,
number, then you're in the void.
yeah, and like void clip would take a lot longer, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
than
the problem
just,
with
like,
void
clipping
clipping.
through.
The problem with void clips is that you have to save load over and over again, and you don't move very far in the void per save load. So oftentimes to do void clip strats, you have to do like 60 save loads. So that can take like 3 minutes real time, and that's awful. No one wants to do that ever, except Malta Miller in Half-Life 2 because he hates life, I think.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The
But
specialist
you
we're
save
just
so much
deliver to
endgame
you in a
time.
few moments.
This is true, yeah.
Now, if you would be
'Cause
so
But
what
you
I like to do
lose
for my
so
speedrun-
much real time.
What I like in my speedruns is I like looking at chat while hitting my save load binds for 5 minutes and not actually playing any video games. because playing video games is difficult. So this room's really loud. The rest of the game is not this loud, but this room's really loud. So we might need to yell over the science going on here.
Like this?
Yeah, a little bit louder.
Louder?
Yeah, you're good. That's good.
Okay.
So we're currently in the process of messing with portal technology, similar to Doom, and similarly to Doom, things don't go the best when you mess with that, from what I understand.
I mean, you get to shoot demons if you do it. So
If you do it right, yeah. And Doom Eternal's cool. So maybe it wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
yeah, please don't spoil Doom Eternal. I didn't know that you shoot demons in that game. Please, thank you.
I'm sorry for spoiling the story of Doom, most important aspect of it.
Yeah, that's the only aspect of
Doom
it.
is my favorite visual novel. I don't even play the game. I just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. I think that's the most important part, so.
Yeah, no, I had Doom 2016 cutscene movie .mp4 queued up before I had to come do this. Like,
I'm sorry for taking that away from you. So we put the thing in the middle, and it didn't go too great. So we're having some issues. And so we're just gonna kind of let all of this happen.
now, in the original Half-Life, is there not a skip, I believe?
Yeah, you can
By
skip into that
using-
window with the cart. You can also skip this part of the sequence by going on top of the lamp, and you'd be outside of the trigger, but we can't do anything special here. Unfortunately, they figured out after 20 years how to ensure that you have to watch this cutscene. Took a lot of trial and error, but they got there. Get to say hi to some of our cute friends that we're going to be meeting throughout the game. These are the bull squids. Making
Oh, is
some
that what
lovely
they're called?
noises. They are called bull squids, and these are vortigons. They have
Hey,
shared
I knew what
conscience.
they were
They have like a shared conscience thing going on. It's like some transhumanism stuff you want to think about. Shoutouts to buffet time.
Gordon Freeman, why'd you put that big, like, that giant shard of MDMA in the big
Whoa.
laser?
Jeez Louise. Yeah, that's not good. That's a waste right there.
It's a big waste.
So either way, we're moving on into the actual
What a
video
waste.
game. We have one more cutscene to go through before we're gonna be gaming for realsies. So I'm gonna avoid that health kit because I can, if I play my cards right, I can execute a very good joke coming up here in a little bit. You look at my HP number, you might be able to understand where I might be going with this.
Listen, I tried to warn you. I never thought I'd.
So these are our good friends from Half-Life 2.
Let alone
They're just kind of chilling out here, not having too good of a time themselves.
He's alive. Gordon. Thank God for that hazard suit. All the phones are out. I can't reach anyone in the facility. Need to get to the
So what Echo
surface.
2K song are you
Let
listening to
someone
now,
know that
Elsie?
we're
Or are you
stranded down
moved
here.
on from Echo?
I've moved on.
Tell
We're
me
listening
what
to the
kind of
Dirty Sprite
thing it
2.
is.
So something you can do that's really cool is that if you hit
Right,
NPCs
feature.
on the head, they'll get really dizzy and they'll sometimes teleport.
We can't afford to
They'll
waste time.
teleport to the end of where they were
Believe
gonna
me, for the
walk,
retinal scanner. I'm certain
which
the
can
rest
save
of the
some
science
time.
team will help.
There we go.
yeah, the NPCs, once you hit them on the head, sometimes they get stuck like my stepbrother, and they will just teleport out because the game says, hey, you're stuck. Let's put you where you're supposed to be.
There you go. So as I execute my joke here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
So now
is
the game's actually gonna kind of start where the movement gets kind of cool. So like, the neat thing about running both this game and Half-Life 1, if you don't know, I run Half-Life 1 primarily. This is more of a side game for me. But I know both the runs, and it's interesting to highlight the differences. This chapter is pretty similar overall, except for the movement being different and the engine being different, which is a bit of a difference, but...
Yeah, it's like really the same, except for everything. It's like different about it.
Yeah, everything is a bit different. It looks a little bit better. It's a little bit slower. You have to wait here.
Yeah, it's on like a different source engine, so like the movement's a lot. I don't know how to describe it.
There is a difference here. There's an elevator, and we're just gonna have to let it take a. What is the ride name? I messed this up last time.
Tower of Terror. You called it
Terror.
Tower of Doom last
Tower
time.
of Doom.
Was upset.
Tower of Doom is a cooler name. I want a Doom themed role. Oh, nice prop boost. What was that?
If you go to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, there's
not a
Dr.
Doom ride there.
Doom's there's a Dr. Doom's tower.
But
right.
I want like Doom guy to like punch me in the face.
Oh,
for like
you mean
for like a
video.
3D experience ride. I just want like a 3D experience of Doom guy just punching me in the face. With like the glasses and everything. Oh frick. So we're gonna be jumping through the freezers, trying to get past all the neat stuff. Not too much interesting, just kind of moving. Speaking of movement, you guys should watch the Source Runs Jump Cup when that happens in like a month or something.
Woo!
AG is a cool movement. Alternative mode where you move a little bit slower in Half-Life. I don't know why you move a little bit slower. You might know better than I, LC, but
Because shooting people is easier when they're moving slower, I think.
so we're gonna save delete here, which is something I'm gonna be doing a lot in this game. Basically there's a bunch of like default saves that they made for practice, or not practice, excuse me. That's what I use them for. They used it for like playtesting, so it was easier to just kind of get to a certain point of the game. Will continue moving, but you will be frozen, so I could like boost over with the grenade a lot easier. Otherwise it would be a really tight timing because the grenade just kind of leaves your hand as soon as you let go of it. And now we are going to save load to get past this death trigger right here, so we can just kind of take a moment to get to know each other while we look at this loading screen. So how are all of you doing since like 10 minutes ago?
Are you talking to us or the chat?
Everyone. I want to know how everyone's doing. There we go. Well, it's too late now. But that's okay.
Now,
I'm not paying
those
attention, I'm
Apparently-
erping.
Apparently you can pick up head crabs. Someone told me, but I'm not getting it to work. I saw that in the Source Runs Discord earlier, but it could be a complete lie. So fun fact about vents in this game is that if you're in a vent, you always go left. Never go right. It's kind of like that Doctor Who thing that people mentioned. One of the only episodes of that show I actually know. There's like an episode where the girl goes left instead, or goes right instead of left or something, and then the Holocaust happens again. It's not a good time.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go right.
It was not a good time in that show for them. I'm getting messed up by that. So here we're going to be doing another pause boost with 2 grenades instead in order to... I call this Barney skip because I'm a Half-Life 1 runner. But whenever I say that to people who run this game, they have no idea what I'm talking about. They call it freezer skip because there's like a little freezer section that we're skipping, which makes a good amount of sense. But also, I'm stingy and I'm not going to change my ways. So either way.
So does the damage stay with what you're like whenever you do the pause console thing to like get a boost, does it damage you the same amount
Yeah,
as it
everything's
normally
the
would?
same.
Okay.
It's literally just freezing me until I unpause the game again. I just close the console and then I can continue. So this chapter is one that we actually skipped entirely in the original game. So a lot of this is pretty new to me. I don't really know what a lot of these hallways are. Nice little boost there. You can get boosted by the aliens spawning in. They have a lot of force tied to their teleportation.
I was gonna say, don't get in that forklift. He's not registered. He's not licensed.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Gordon is not really fit to do much here. They don't really even trust him with the ability to open many doors. Yeah, like, most of the time you have to rely on everyone else to open doors for you because no one trusts Gordon and everyone just thinks he's kind of not too great at his job.
Yeah, he lost his forklift driving license when in an unfortunate racing accident.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, that doesn't sound any good. Yeah, forklift racing is a common practice in the Black Mesa community. As in the people who work here, not like the speedrun community. I don't think anyone would be doing that. But either way.
I've never raced one.
Going on another
You've
elevator.
You've never raced a forklift?
No.
We're gonna do another
Interesting.
save delete here because we can skip this entire elevator ride by doing so, which is convenient. So we can kind of just do that real quick. And I have to save load before I actually save delete. I have to load a save on the map I'm save deleting on before it will like work. So every save delete requires 3 loading zones. The first initial loading zone, the save load, and then the save delete itself. And it's not really too big of a deal right now because the load times aren't too bad. But when we get to Zen, we're gonna have a good amount of time to just kind of chat while we look at loading screens because boy, those maps are really big. No.
That's because they're all new for this game. They were
Yeah.
not in the original game.
Well, some of them were in the original.
Some
but,
of them, yeah.
heavily changed. We have to murder this man for speed purposes. Actually do have to murder him. We're gonna be murdering other people in this run, but that one we have to murder. So, thankfully we were able to do that nice and quickly. The reason we need to do so is because, there we go. Is because he wants to say something and he won't let you leave until he says the thing or until he dies, and death is faster than talking.
Y'all should have voted with your wallets and donated for Save the Scientist %.
Yeah, that's an incentive that I put forth for the marathon. So obviously, you can see it. You can see it on the incentives and everything. I definitely put it there.
It's very real. I didn't make it up.
So hopefully I'll be able to do a cool strat here. So I'm gonna be doing 2 grenade boosts to build up some speed here, and ideally I can do this. There we go. I can fly off a little bit of a clip there, and I can get to the pipe quicker. I could have done it a bit faster there, but I grabbed the ladder and saved it, so we're good. This run's already going better than ESA. Let's do it. So there we go. So I did this game at ESA together like a week or so ago, and it didn't go great. Had some pretty bad luck coming up on some sections coming up, so let's see if we can not have that happen again. And also my game crashed 4 times, but that's a usual thing. You know, source 2019, 2020, whatever year it is at this point. It's always a bit of a problem. So I'm gonna save delete here. And I'm gonna fly through the air here. I did not do it correctly. Sometimes you get much bigger of a boost there and you can get all the way to the other side, but it does not work all the time. So when the lights changed there, we actually teleported to a completely different part of the world. If you look at the coordinates in the top right that you probably can't see because it's small and stream quality, bitrate, all that sad stuff. But this part is just completely disconnected from the actual rest of the map. But more importantly, we got to this big tentacle thing. We gotta make sure it gets inside of us so we can clip downward. So this should be good. Hopefully we have good luck here, because this went terribly when I did it last.
It was only like 3 tries. Wasn't it?
It took like it took forever to get through the pipe here because you can just kind of instantly get killed by the
Oh, that's right. That's
this-
right. You
by
kept
this
hitting the
monster.
little spikies.
yeah. So it's, I
Creepy.
should be good. I should be good. I think if I could clip in bounds. Yep, there we go. That was significantly better than ESA. So that's nice to know. Don't have that on my conscience now. Now I might be underestimate. Who knows? It'd save
Creepo B.
Boix's time. Oh no, my mic's doing my headset's doing the audio thing. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. So I'm gonna boost here and fail upsettingly. Jump in this pipe and kind of ramp off the pipe a little bit. Try to do some verts, you know. Cool Tony Hawk stuff. Penelope, being a Tony Hawk fan, can talk about that. We need to save delete here.
This game is nothing like Tony Hawk.
It's nothing like Tony Hawk.
You don't
She's
even
correct.
press square to do a kickflip.
So I need to drop down this barrel, and I need to pray that it will get clipped quickly enough so that I don't get burned alive by a big blue man. Not looking too great here on this one. I'm gonna save delete and get a better save, because my hard save there wasn't great. So this can take anywhere from like 1 minute to like 40, so we're gonna do our best to keep it on the shorter end of things. So really the goal here is just to walk into the barrel until we walk into it in the correct way. Seems like we have maybe been able to do. No. We're gonna try that again. Because I just basically need this Gargantua to not kill me. It looks like I should be able to be good here, actually. This should work.
Fun fact,
Nope.
the Gargantua is referenced in Resident Evil 4 by its former name, El Gigante.
So I did something wrong there. I couldn't tell you what it was. This is just a kind of a theme for marathon runs for me, is that this map takes forever. I don't know. I go over it each time and I try to figure it out, but you know, video games can be a little bit wacky sometimes. So we're gonna keep going with it. And eventually I might give up and I might activate some magic, who knows. But this is a pretty quick clip, so we might be able to do it with this. So have either of you even played this game before?
No.
Nice, we did
I
it.
have beaten this game.
You have beaten this game with Zen and everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I played it when it was a mod before they added Zen, and then someone bought it for me.
I mean,
It's a nice
it
song,
came
by
out.
the way. This is
I'm
very
a
nice song.
master at this game. I've played it a billion times. Hee.
Hopefully next cutscene I'll have ample time to fix my headset quality. I might just take off the headset at some point if it's too much of a headache. Because my audio interface ain't the best, and sometimes my audio just gets incredibly crackly. No one else can hear it, but I am in a lot of pain right now. And we'll fix it at a later opportunity if I can, but if not, then life will go on for me. So I'm save loading to get off the train here. Normally the train will stop when you get off of it because they don't want you to leave it behind. So And we're gonna, basically it's gonna go along this entire path because we do need it to finish this map. But we can continue doing stuff on the map while it's traveling, so we can just kind of negate the time that it's actually taking to travel.
Yeah, on a rail is actually one of my favorite changes in Black Mesa from the original game, in that they made it playable.
Yeah, it's...
And not garbage.
Well, in terms of speedrunning, it's not as good, for sure, because it's a lot more downtime, but we're not really... Most people aren't really too concerned about that. On a rail was heavily reworked, though, comparatively to a lot of the other chapters.
Yeah, casually in the original on a rail, personally, I got very confused, and I didn't know exactly what I needed, like where I needed to go, what I needed to do, or anything like that. Whereas in this game, I just kind of went through it, so I don't know.
So I forgot to hit that button, which caused, and I was supposed to do that and then go up there, but we can just take a bit of a second here to appreciate this beautiful boy. But bull squids are actually kind of a pain in this game. They deal a lot of damage and they take forever to kill. If you don't have like a shotgun or something, it's basically, you can't really do anything. So yeah, this chapter is probably one of the least exciting in Earth. It's quite slow, not really too much going on. So, Elsie, do you want to tell a story or anything? Have any stories to tell?
Well, there was this one time, I was just chilling, relaxing, relaxing all cool. I was listening to, what was I listening to? I was listening to some weird garbage music. Like, I really would be embarrassed if anybody heard what I was listening to at the time, to be honest. It was like some, like, SoundCloud trash, really. So
You should be listening to Quarantine
some
Mix.
exactly. That's exactly what I should have been listening to.
Shout out to
But
Quarantine Mix.
what had happened was some random kid at my uni, just like randomly came up to me while I was like sitting at like some like bench or something. I was just sitting there, cooling, and I was listening to some song, and he just like some random little kid, like some random student kid came up to me, Wyatt looking ass.
I feel like everyone in your life is named Wyatt.
Because I hate.
Oh, I thought you said white.
No,
And I was like, yeah, hell
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
They've
I mean,
had-
Wyatt, Cody, looking ass, dude.
Wyatt
came
and
up to
Cody
me.
have had it too good for too long.
So what did Wyatt do
Why-
while you were listening to the song? We need to get to the gist.
He just walked up, looked me in the eyes for like 30 seconds. I looked him back in the eyes, and he just said, "Got any recommendations?" And I was really confused.
This is
I
a
like
classic
I
Elsie
was-
story.
I was very, very confused. I had no idea what was happening. So,
Did you keep social
said-
distance?
well, this was before social distancing, but yeah, but we were kind of distant. We were a good, decent amount of feet apart, probably around 6 feet apart.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've been social distancing my whole life, baby.
Exactly,
I don't-
exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about in the present moment in general, so I think we're on the same page there.
So I said, "For what? You know, like what recommendation for what?" And he cocked his head. He cocked his head quizzically. He looked at me quizzically. He looked at me like I was talking crazy. And he said, "A song." Like, it was obvious. It was very obvious that he was looking for a song recommendation. And so I said no. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he
Unfortunate.
just
You didn't. We're off to a good
walked away.
Also, Elsie.
What was said, I'm not too upset about that, but we're just gonna save load and hope that everything fixes itself. I don't know if anyone's hearing what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on with my computer lately. I downloaded Voice Meter because I had a backup run for GDQ that I never ended up doing, and ever since I installed Voice Meter on this computer, I've been having some really wacky things happen.
Yeah, we're back.
All right, excellent.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, this dude, this librarian, he was like, can I help you?
I don't know where we're at with the story, not gonna lie.
And I was like, yeah, do you have this book? And he was like, well, if you looked up on the library's website. And I was like, I did. And he was like, well, if you did that, then you should know that we do have that book. And I was like, but I did do that. And he said, well, if you look on the library's website next time, you'll know that. And then
what if you needed to?
What if
away. you how do you get to the library's website if you do not have internet access?
You don't.
Exactly. They don't think. So
I guess I could have gone on the library computer.
This is true. Yeah, you could have. So we're in apprehension now. After on a rail, apprehension's pretty slow. We just swim around a lot. We're gonna say goodbye to a friend in a second up here. He's gonna kind of get munched a little bit. Oh, there he goes. So he's not having a good time.
You're not saving any of these scientists.
I haven't.
His whole Yankee got maunched.
His whole Yankee got no brimmed. So
No,
either
now
way,
he's only brimmed.
Most scientists don't.
His Yankee got chomped.
Most scientists in this game do not necessarily have the luxury of life past Black Mesa, regardless of what we do to them. So if anything, we're kind of doing them favors. I don't know if you've heard of a game called Half-Life 2. It came out sometime at some point, I think.
It was 2005.
2005.
It came out the same day as Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which is
a significantly better
the more famous game.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Half-Life 2.
Completely overshadowed.
Is that the sequel to Half-Life Alyx?
It might be.
Oh,
I believe
dang.
so.
I've been waiting for the follow-up. That was a quick turnaround.
So, speaking of killing scientists, we can't kill this guy just yet. We gotta wait a little bit before we're gonna be able to access that ability. He has to say his stuff. If we try to kill him, he kind of just takes it. He just kind of takes it. So we can paint a little bit.
Strong.
You know, get some nice little. Oh, okay, that was a bit too early. I didn't know about that. Okay.
He's getting it.
I didn't know about that.
This guy's goated.
He's got head armor. He bought head armor.
He bought head armor for the pistol round.
So now we can kill him. Now that he's not needed anymore, the game allows us to kill him. Excuse me. So we're in a freezer now, which is gonna make us quite cold and suck our suit right out from under us.
It's gonna suck the what out of us?
Yeah, I was gonna say
suck the suit out of us. It drains our suit. It sucks the suit away from the.
Oh, okay. We're draining.
Yeah,
Drain gang.
Drain gang. Yeah, drainer. We're all drainers here, I think. I'm honestly not sure what that means. I don't know what it means either. So if it means something ridiculous, I apologize.
If you
more.
go down the drain, you'll get caught in the garbage disposal.
Ooh.
Drain gang, hunt,
Speaking of
hunt you down
garbage.
like a bloodhound, boy.
Thank you, alexh0w, for preemptively using the alexh0w command that Baku was going to use. So we hit that, and then we can blow ourselves up to go a little bit faster here. And then we can go say hi to a friend. And they're gonna do some questionable actions. And we're gonna have to watch a little bit of a cutscene here. So
I can't believe you're dead.
yeah, Gordon Freeman
What
just dies.
body?
You're not dead. That's crazy.
So
Come on.
behind the scenes, if you know of a game called Half-Life Blue Shift, don't really need to worry too much about it. Not really anything necessary that you gotta put yourself through. But one of our friends, Barney, that you might have heard of from one of the other video games out there, is taking a look at us. I think it's
Yeah,
the
he was in
one
he
with
was
hide
in
and seek.
Half-Life alexh0w.
I think it's the one with the one where you don't even need a controller to beat it. It's like hide and seek on the Genesis with Barney.
Is he the guy with the Sharingan?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's him.
So we have
He's Barney from
officially
Black
moved
Mesa.
on, and we're gonna be thrown in the garbage where we belong.
Little trash goblin that
That's-
you are.
That's me. That's Gordon, rather. Whatever you wanna roll with. We could actively place ourselves into Gordon's shoes if we really wanted to. We could pretend that I'm Gordon Freeman, and that I'm
That's
doing
why
all
he's
these
silent.
things. More importantly, we have a bucket. The crowbar doesn't really matter. We have this bucket here, and we're gonna use it to get rid of its collision, and then we're gonna let it get inside of us and let us go down. Ideally, we will go down. Sometimes we won't go down. Like that time we didn't go down. The bucket sometimes doesn't get collision back for quite a while, so you have to kind of wait a little bit before you're actually able to clip downward, and I think it didn't work again. Okay, it just flew out. I can maybe save this. I'm just gonna do it one more time. See, this will happen a lot in runs. This game has a lot of really silly things that can cause you to lose a lot of time. Pretty much throughout the run, especially throughout Earth. Zen's a bit better about not having the dumb time losses, and Zen is like the cool part of, like the cooler part of the run, I would say. Once you can get past the loading screens. Speaking of loading screens, ooh, we made it through, kinda. I'm just gonna kind of spam save loads and see what happens, because at this point I just kind of wanna get going. All right, we're having a bad time. So if we were somehow able to revive ourselves, like if we had the revival pill from Metal Gear Solid 3, we'd be more than good there, but unfortunately we don't have that. As you can tell, it's very exciting, this speedrun. Lots of very fun, interesting things going on at the present moment, especially. This is real wacky. I'm gonna just load an autosave and do it all over again.
What a video game.
Yeah, so this is just kind of what running Black Mesa be like sometimes. This game's a really fun run. I mean, I'm also not as practiced as I necessarily should be for a responsible speedrunner, but this is also something that will happen if you are very practiced and know what you're doing all the time, which I evidently don't sometimes. But sometimes you just kind of have the bucket not get stuck inside you, and when you don't get things stuck inside you, you can't go through the floor. It's very simple.
I hate it when that happens.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. That's a crazy turn of events that we're actually able to continue the run at this point. Okay, there we go. Now we can drop down and start our adventure through all the... This is going to be a bit of a smelly one, so I apologize if I stink up your rooms or anything, because we're going to be going through some...
Uh-oh.
Gonna be going through some poopy water.
Uh-oh. Tinky. Sorry.
It's okay. There's a reason I brought you here. So, we're going through residue processing. So, basically, this is where all the radioactive material and the poop go. So, It's not a very good place to be. This chapter is not nearly as interesting as it is in Half-Life 1. It's just kind of running through all the maps. Speaking of running. There we go. So we can just kind of drop down, run through everything. Nothing too interesting, just kind of sliding through, following the route. Getting our guns back. All of our guns were taken away from us by the men when they took us to the garbage.
See, and that's why you don't talk to men. They'll take away your guns.
They'll take away your guns, and that's the last thing you want. Because then you have to get them all back, and it's a little bit annoying because we could use an SMG right now to blow ourselves up. So this game's just overall, like, in like in terms of like a casual experience, if you're like a Half-Life fan, this game's pretty incredible. Way to experience Half-Life again if you haven't played it in a while. Especially with all the Zen stuff at the end. I'm gonna be skipping most of what makes Zen cool in like the casual play, so you can just kind of, you know, play the Zen as if you never saw the speedrun. So I'd highly recommend getting this game. It's been in development for like a billion years, and it's finally fully released. So, speaking of fully released, we're not playing on the fully released version because they patched out a bunch of routes that we used.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that earlier.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, they patched out a bunch of routes that we use in the modern route. So you have to play on a pre-release version technically, but we've been playing on pre-release versions for like 7 years. So at this point, it's just another version of the game to us, but it might sound a bit sketchy to the outside ear.
It was the first retail version, wasn't it? Like when they added Zen.
No, Zen was a recent edition. Zen came out, like the full Zen package came out like November or so last year.
Yeah.
But the 1.0 came out like pretty recently, like a month or two back.
Oh wow, really? Okay.
Some of them may have been purposeful. I'm not gonna say all of them were. There definitely were some that were purposeful, but some of the decisions they made were to try to make the game a bit easier to not get lost in. Because that is, wow, I got that first try. That's insane. Because naturally Half-Life was a confusing game to navigate, and potentially some people wouldn't enjoy that.
Yeah, some of the skips were unacceptable, so they had to get rid of those.
Yeah, some of the skips have been described as unacceptable, unfortunately. We found a way to do the unacceptable skip acceptably in the 0.91 version, but it's not consistent enough to actually be able to do it. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to go through the game as normal, which involves having to do a dumb prop clip, which is fun, but the alternative is trying to clip across through a wall, which is much, much worse than clipping ourselves into the ground, because there's basically like a 1 in 100 chance or something that you'll actually get a prop to clip through a wall entirely. It occasionally will happen, but it's nothing consistent. So, fortunately, we do have to play through the entirety of this chapter, or we wouldn't have to. On an older version. On the version that only had the Earth maps, we could skip this chapter entirely, but I never played that version. I played the game when it fully came out. I told myself I was going to wait until Zen came out in like 2014, and then I played the game for the first time, you know, like a month or two back, or a couple months back. Took a while to get it out, but I mean, with how good Zen is, it was worth waiting for. It is a pretty incredible experience, casually especially. I forgot something. I'm gonna hit that button and go back for a little bit. I'm gonna hit that button and go back to a different place. Well, I gotta go back up the stairs. This is a little awkward. I need to get a keyboard. Gordon wants to play some Counter-Strike, and we need a nice keyboard to bring with us in order to do so.
That's him!
And this reminds me of one of my friends stealing a keyboard from their high school.
Was it an IBM model like this one?
I don't know exactly. I know that they stole it like 5 years ago from their high school, and they've been using it until like last year. So they got a lot of they probably got more use out of it than the school ever would have. So that's pretty good. So here is where the dumb clip is gonna happen. I just hit a button that I didn't want to. Okay, that's fine. So we need to heal up to like around 70 HP here, and then I need to get this keyboard to be tilted towards us and make a hard save. And now I want to just walk into the keyboard. Same deal. We want the keyboard to get inside of us. And if we can get it to go inside of us, we can skip going onto the map that we would normally get the Gauss rifle. So sometimes this will work. We're still not in the clear yet because sometimes you will clip too far away from the fence in order to clip through the fence. But it seems like we're fine. Excellent. I've had good luck with this lately, which is surprising. This kills all my runs when I'm actually trying to PB.
Yes.
So now
this scene is a throwback to Spider-Man 2 when Dr. Octopus is on the surgeon table and then he just like does a horror movie, he does an Evil Dead movie for a second. And those are what those arms are doing.
Spider-Man 2 is that GameCube game, right?
Don't you dare.
I mean, come on, the GameCube game gave us pizza time.
It did.
But
the movie is sacred.
It is the... Would you say it's the best of the Raimi trilogy? I mean, would you say it's better
I would
than
say
one?
it's one of the best. Yeah.
One of the best of 3. Okay, it's at least top 3.
You can't really compare those films, those Kino,
No.
as I like to call them.
No.
They're too great, honestly.
Now, how about Tobey Maguire playing Nick Carraway in The Great Gatsby? How do you feel about that?
I didn't watch that movie because the book is too good. They can't make a movie of it.
So we're gonna do a cool fight sequence here. We're gonna need to murder this guy, get his gun. And we just kinda, this song's good, I'm just gonna kinda let the song do its thing while I murder a little bit here. Gordon's favorite little murder adventure. Alright, you're still awake. Get out of here. Normally when you do that quickly, the song plays for a significant amount of time past the time it's supposed to play. So we're very hyped in this cutscene right now. These scientists are pumped up with this nice hard rock music.
Sorry, I got an internet flame more. I'm back.
I know you have personal gripes with that Tobey Maguire mirror scene.
If you somehow survive long
Y'all
enough
need
to
to,
make it across the base, you'll find
I'll
the
need to
lab
stop.
where the rest of
No,
the
you're good.
science team is taken.
Do whatever you need to.
I couldn't dare risk venturing out there, but I can inform those of us who remain.
So yeah, normally, so basically the skip that was possible on the previous version, we wouldn't have to go through any point. The first time we got to this room earlier where we came from that door, we would have been able to skip to below this area and then hit the change level trigger from below. The new strat that is too inconsistent to do, we'd clip the prop outside there, clip underground, and then go on top of the map in order to get or clip down into this room to skip it, but it's too bad at the moment. So we're gonna do a big old nade boost, and we're gonna be getting into surface tension, which is when the game starts getting real wild and wacky. It's when the climax of the game, so to speak, for the Earth section, where most of the big action sequences are happening. So we're gonna save delete immediately, and we can get this big gun that's gonna make a doom noise. It didn't make a doom noise because we didn't pull it out. When you get it for the first time, it makes a doom noise, I promise. So now,
Could you like replicate the doom noise for all of us?
It's like the opening door noise, and I don't believe I could. I don't know how to make that noise organically.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it sounds like.
I mean, the Doom opening door noise is something you would recognize if you heard it. So, but either way, we did a cliff skip there where there was a big kill trigger that if you touch it, it's kind of like that thing with like the superhero movies where the snap disappear or something. That happens if you go too far down during that cliff section. But if you don't go too far down, you can skip all of that. It's pretty nice. So now I'm gonna hook this grenade. I'm gonna throw it to get a big old boost and hit that cactus, which is definitely what I wanted.
Yep. Big change.
Big change.
Stop.
Either way, we're just moving, sliding our way around. If you don't know why the military's here, they're here to murder us. They don't want us to be talking about anything because the government shouldn't have been doing what they were doing here, because the U.S. government doing some fishy stuff here that was probably against like the Geneva Convention or something like that.
They're really jealous of Gordon's theoretical physics degree from MIT, so they're like, hey, we gotta kill that guy.
Yeah, yeah. And also the Innsbruck experience, which is something that is mentioned
I don't
once.
even.
It's mentioned during.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's mentioned during Black Mesa East in Half-Life 2. I've just watched that cutscene a lot, being a former speedrunner of Half-Life 2, before I realized
I'm
that I
sorry.
hate video games. Yeah, it's okay. Speaking of hating video games, we need to get slapped by this guy.
They're really jealous of this waffle I'm eating. That's why they're so angry.
I thought I heard a crunch. Oh,
So, ideally, I don't die here. That's gonna be the goal, is don't die. It's easier said than done, especially because you kind of just have to react to when the game comes back, especially because I don't have a live split to tell me when the game's about to come back, but there we go. So we can skip that entire cliff section, which includes a boss fight with a helicopter where you shoot rockets at it. Nothing too interesting. Boss fights later on get a bit better. Well, the boss fights that we do, that is, which is one of them at the very end of the game. You may know what I'm talking about if you've played a video game before.
yeah, Goknak.
Yeah, Goknak is the final boss of the game. Shoutouts to Goknak. Shoutouts to Momentum Mod. I'm gonna plug Momentum Mod right now because I feel like it deserves it. It's if you like surfing or bee hopping or rocket jumping from Team Fortress or whatever, or rocket jumping from Quake for that matter, you'll have to get used to Team Fortress rocket jumping, but you should play Momentum Mod when it comes out because it's like the definitive way to experience source movement if you don't want to do a source speedrun, which couldn't blame you with the gameplay I'm showing off. So we're gonna do a barrel boost. Nope, not like that. We're gonna try one more time there. By one more time, I mean until it works, which is one more time. So we can use that to boost through that entire map. Now we're in the trip mine section, where these head crabs can jump into these lasers at any point, ruining our life, which is something that happens a lot more on the older version of this game. But we're coming up to the most exciting part of the run, where we're going to be getting the most important and most insane thing in this game, the Hornet Gun. So Gordon's just kind of analyzed the situation here.
Oh,
He's really thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's really thinking about it.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's what you want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Exclamation point Azure in the chat. Fuck yeah.
Oh, let's get it.
So we don't use the Hornet Gun, actually. I was joking the entire time about it being important.
Woo!
But that's basically all we get out of the Hornet Gun is that wonderful animation, which, quite honestly,
Got a good number in the bottom left.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna be right back, gamers. I'm a little.
I'm gonna be right back.
Be right back. Okay, I'll see you later. Whoa there, Azure. Whoa there, Azure.
Bye.
Azure making a cameo appearance in the speedrun with a classic Azure noise. So we had to save load going into the map, or going into there. We also had to mess up that grenade boost at least once, at least twice, before we could actually go further through the game. You have to mess it up twice because you need an excuse for messing up your tricks in your speedrun on the live stream as to not get embarrassed in front of people. So thankfully, we got that out of the way, and we can save delete on this map, doing our wonderful favorite technique in the speedrun in order to get some SMG grenades to do the skip on this map. We're gonna boost with this. We're gonna throw an SMG grenade because there's one here that we can pick up. And we're gonna use one to boost off this launch pad, taking us to the top level. Had some issues there. We're having some problems, don't worry about it. Alright, nothing happened. So we got on top of this level, we boost onto here, And then we boost onto the roof. There's nothing unusual going on here on this roof. You're supposed to get up there. Nothing unusual about it. And now we can just continue doing our thing. I want that. There we go. Ooh, ooh. What? Okay, that was the sickest thing I think I've ever done in a video game. And I did all of that. That was entirely planned and skillful movement execution that you will never see in another speedrun, because this is the perfect video game.
They said, "Hey Freeman, stop going so fast," and you went, "Freeman, go Bert."
Haha. Speaking of movement, we mentioned AG earlier, but I wanna just plug AG one more time, because you should be playing AG about right
Play
now.
AG. Play it now.
There you
It
go.
stands for Agile Gamer.
Agile
Adrenaline
Gamer.
Gamer.
Yeah,
Adrenaline Gamer. Adrenaline
that's
Gamer.
what I said.
Play it right now. OpenAG.pro. Play it right now.
I gotta say, Adrenaline Gamer is one of the dumbest names for anything I've ever heard, but it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of software.
That's what happens when I drink too much Monster.
So this is probably like the worst map in the game, because we have to do a prop clip that will sometimes not work, no matter what you do for setup. Can't guarantee that this will work, so we're just gonna kind of walk into the wall here, do our normal thing of wanting to get this box inside of us. Gordon is just obsessed with getting things inside of him. If you do it correctly, like I may have here, which I didn't do it correctly, unfortunately. I did it very wrong, where we get booted out of the wall like that. But I just save loaded again, and thankfully it worked. So I can do 2 Gauss boosts into this red door, or against that red door, I suppose. And then if I just spam a bunch of save loads, we will make our way through this wall slowly but surely. This is called Escort Skip. I call it the IHD map, even though there's no infinite health or doors to be seen anywhere. Because I'm used to the old video game. I don't run this one as much. So we're just kind of looking at this loading screen for a while. Your stream's not lagging, don't worry about it. There we go. So thankfully that's probably the fastest I've ever actually done that map. The clip was ridiculously quick, considering we're in a marathon and, you know, things are supposed to go terribly.
Would you say that it is RNG?
Not in the like raw sense that it is generating a random number and the number did not work, but it's essentially completely random. It's like technically controllable. You can technically control like how fast you get clipped if you use like a precise angle or something like along that line, but that is like, it's not even possible to do that in tasks, so it might as well be RNG.
Oh, I was gonna say just use your show pause forehead, but it sounds like you can't even do that.
Well, yeah, well, you can use show pause to make it easier by getting specific angles that you want, that you would want to clip with. Like for barrels, you want to look down at about -70 degrees, or 70 degrees rather, on the X number. My game might crash here. This is a common crash spot. It will just kind of happen, but it did not. Cool. So that's pretty exciting. So we're gonna forget about Freeman now, as you can tell by 3 things telling you at the exact same time where we were in the video game. Oh, nice. That's me. So we just kind of need to get past all of these Vortigons and not really care about what's going on with any of them. And right here, during my run at Hackathon, I've been doing too many of these marathons lately. I couldn't figure out how to do this, so let's see if I can figure it out. We just kind of want to swim out of the water, and there you go, you did it. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out at the Hackathon run, but you know, we're not going to complain about that. That's fine.
Trans people be saying heck.
Oh, there we go.
That's
There
all
we
I
go.
gotta
There's
say
the
about
game
that.
crash. There's the game crash. So that's game crash number 2. We're a 2 out of 4 the way to our game crash personal best. Hopefully my stream doesn't crash with the game. I don't know what happened earlier. My entire computer lagged for the previous crash, and my game didn't actually end up crashing, but it froze, and I closed it and reopened it. Welcome to the Black Mesa experience, where we're gonna have to hopefully not crash going into this loading screen again. I'm not entirely sure why it does crash. I guess it's just like a memory leak problem with going through every map in the game pretty quickly, one after the other, at least fairly quickly. I don't want to toot my own horn. But the speedrun has been at least a little bit faster than the usual playthrough.
The devs patched it so that if you go through too much of the game at once, you just... Oop.
Yeah, they really didn't want to speedrunning, so they programmed in game crashes intentionally if you went too fast. So I'm actually just blazing through the game too quickly, so the game's crashing. I'm making all this up, by the way, if it wasn't clear.
Yeah.
I'm eating cookie.
You're eating cookie? Is it a
Cookie.
Biscoff?
No.
Aw.
I wish it was Biscoff.
That's the wrong way.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. We have English friends and English people like Biscoff cookies.
Oh, is
or
it
biscuits? Excuse me, biscuits. I'm sorry to all the.
Is it?
Sorry,
Is
Hecky.
it like a?
Biscoff's the one
Britain
that
only?
makes you. Biscoff is the biscuit cookie. It's a cookie that turns you into a girly friend.
Gotcha.
A girly friend. Okay, excellent. I need to save delete here because I have 17 HP. So we're in Landacor now. This is the last chapter of the first section of the game. That was the Doom noise. There it is. I don't know why it played because I didn't let the animation play out, but that's the Doom noise I was mentioning. None of you can hear it in the call, so you're just going to be eternally confused. I don't know what you're doing.
As if I wasn't already, don't.
When did you play the 1.0 version or this version, Penny? Like, when did you play this?
I played this version when it came out. Like the minute that Zen came out, I was
Yeah,
like, oh man,
that's
I wish
how I
some internet person would buy this for me. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I e-girled my way into Black Mesa, basically.
Into Black Mesa. That's good. Good video game.
Yeah.
Pretty much when Zen came out, I just played through the game. There's the Doom noise again. It's a good time.
Yeah, I was watching your stream. And someone
really?
in the chat was like, yeah. Just like-
Oh, I didn't know
it's
that you
like,
got it
oh.
from. Oh, I need a murder over there, and then we can murder back here. Now we have to watch a bit of a cutscene. This ladder is gonna drop. Yeah, the Zen stuff is absurd. The Zen stuff is, in my opinion, the best part of the run and of the game casually. I have had I've seen very minor, a very big minority of people who did not like Zen that much, but I thought Zen was awesome in every way.
I
like the part where you like fly over the entire map and skip all the puzzles. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, well, we don't skip all the puzzles. We have to do the puzzles.
You have to do the puzzle with the wire thingies, with the
danglies,
thingies,
yeah.
with the dangly boys.
Yeah,
that
dangly
dangle on 'em.
wires. I cannot wait to do segments for those dangly wires because their physics is absolutely atrocious. And I'll get to the reason why it'll be the worst thing to segment ever. Also, yeah, we're working on a segmented run for this game. I don't even know where they are because I haven't been helping at all so far because I've been busy with other stuff.
Black Mesa Dwalmov, let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite fun. I'm not gonna reveal anything about it, but a lot of the movement is gonna look a lot different. The stuff that is not really possible. What am I save deleting for? Stuff that isn't really doable in the game consistently, but is faster for segmenting because we can basically just grind each segment over and over again until it's perfect. So it's gonna be quite the run. I'm excited for when it comes out in like 3 years or however ridiculously long time it takes us. So we're gonna do another barrel clip, the last clip of the game, I think, actually. And thankfully barrel clips are fairly consistent. There we go. So we don't have to worry about anything. But we're gonna get to the point where the loading times get a bit atrocious. I did not get clipped. I was lying the whole time. And I think all of you believed it. Because I believed it too. I basically just gaslit myself into believing that I had gotten the clip. But we definitely got it this time. I can promise and assure that. Okay. Making our way there. I hit save load more than once there. I don't know why this is kind of taking its time, but we're gonna do it.
Seeing a lot of blue.
Yeah, currently we're in underwater. This is where they make the nuclear reactors not as hot. They cool them down with water.
What if we became less hot, cold, or hot, irradiated together?
That would be.
And we were
pretty
both
cute.
girls. Well,
LOL. So now
Can't
we
relate.
climb up this reactor. We're gonna do some grenade boost, which is why we save deleted, because grenades are a pretty valuable resource in this video game, and you can't really find too many SMG nades. If I could do the video game, that'd be cool. You can't really find too many SMG nades in this game organically, so we have to save delete to get all of them. So we're basically just constantly cheating to get ammo. But it makes the game go faster, which is pretty nice. Especially when you are a bit tired and need to finish your speedrun for charity. So here we are. We're going to be hitting this load screen at the top here. Then we're going to have to save delete again, and it's going to put us a bit further back, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we can do what we do. And I think there's 2 more maps of Earth before we're going to head into the alien place. Also, this gun's the E-gun. We skipped it earlier, but common theme in this game, you can skip any gun you want, and you don't have to actually worry about anything, because you can just save delete to get it back, which is not the case in the original.
Wait, it's called the E-gun?
It is called the E-gun, I believe, yes, based on possibly a movie, something like that.
Ghostbusters.
Is this the right? No, this is not the right lift. I always confuse this. Something like that. I'm not sure if that's a real movie, though.
That is a real... What? Are we memeing? What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's called an E-gun. You should
E-gun.
you should just get a real life gun.
Instead of an E-gun, excuse me.
Yeah.
Hello?
Thing.
Sorry about the stuttering there.
Yeah, E-Danning's stupid. Get a real life gun.
Dang.
He boofed too many SMG nades. He's gotta get an E-gun. Alright?
Boofing the SMG nades, that does not sound like a good idea. You do not want to put that up your butt. Do not put explosives up your butt. If you're gonna learn anything from this run, please learn that.
Why not? Give it a try.
I listen to whoever you want to listen to. LC is definitely exhibiting chaotic.
The
energy.
wasp gun hit the booth. Why can't I?
The wasp gun hit the booth. I never thought I'd hear those words.
I watched it happen. It was on stream.
So I'm gonna get yelled at if I don't do this and get that ammo, even though you don't need it. But so I'm just gonna do it preemptively so I don't get yelled at by VMS runners.
Oh, my name's Ali. I do what I'm told.
Yeah, that's me. So these people are gonna talk to us for a bit. Then we're gonna watch another cutscene on the next map. There's a good bit of downtime coming up here, so not too much interesting going on. We're gonna have to wait for these people to talk. Then we're gonna have to wait for this person to talk, and then we're gonna go into another room, and we're gonna wait for another person to talk. And all the meanwhile, Gordon's mute, so he really doesn't care about anything that anyone is saying. He isn't really even listening.
Is that the lady doctor from Half-Life 2?
No, that is not Mossman. This is Hunter. This is, I think she has a name. He'll say it.
Of course, you owe us nothing,
but basically, they're just telling us that we have to go kill a baby in the alien world. It's a big baby that has a big brain and is doing bad things with the brain.
It's me.
There ain't gonna be much for you to come home to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's me.
So if you're willing, my colleague is waiting for you at the main portal controls. Dr. Steinman will open the gates for you. And don't let Hunter's brash attitude frighten
So her name's Steinman. So yeah, she's probably, at this point, she's probably dead. In like Half-Life 2 and stuff like that. This game takes place in something like, I don't know. I think is it supposed to be 98? I don't know if I don't know if Half-Life 1 takes place in the 90s or not. I should know things about the video game I speedrun, but that would be insane.
They have 90s keyboards, so.
Yeah, they have the IBM keyboards.
Jump module.
They're not using like the Razer Black Widow Ultimate or Logitech G502 gaming mice for their Doom Eternal speedruns.
Because once you're in Zen, you will need it.
Oh.
So now that we have the long jump.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing. Yeah, the long jump module.
How'd you shoot her? What the?
I wanted to see if I could. I didn't know it was gonna happen. I don't normally take risks like that when I do runs.
What's your long jump PB?
My long jump? Oh god, no, you don't want me to answer that.
What's your long jump PB, Elsie?
Well, it depends on what game. Counter-Strike,
I don't know.
Go, or AG.
Wait, you can long jump in Counter-Strike?
I mean, it's kind of wacky, but
I know it's real nutty, eh?
so I wasn't aware that all of the important NPCs for cutscenes were just protected. I assumed that it was like the original, that you could kill whoever you want, but you would just have to face the repercussions for your actions.
Oh
but
man,
this game doesn't
what is this, a Bethesda game?
This game doesn't give you the option of free will to just get yourself out of the game by murdering scientists and having the game fade away.
Don't enter the beam until I give the okay. Understood?
If only I could kill. Never mind.
Jeez. I almost feel like you have to finish that, but also don't.
Do it.
We're just waiting for this teleporter to go. We're gonna get visited by some friends soon, so we can have a cool gaming fragging moment where we're gonna just shoot a bunch of floating babies.
You can't Freeman you fool in this game.
No, yeah. So in the original game, you don't have to go through this cutscene at all because the Hornet gun. That's not the Hornet gun. The Hornet gun in the original game has the weird property of making triggers not activate if you shoot a Hornet at them. So you can delay the death trigger that would happen if you went into the beam, and you could hit the change level trigger that was under it that would take you into Zen. You can't do that in this game. The change level trigger doesn't exist until the sequence is over. So there's no way of skipping this. I mean, I'm not going to say that it'll never happen, but I also don't know how it possibly could happen. Considering the limitations that we have. I need to not look at that light. There's also a limited amount of enemies that spawn here. I could be cool and use different weapons, but I could also just use the revolver and not be
don't
cool.
shoot the puppy.
I'm sorry, I'll leave one puppy alive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we love our puppies around here. We love puppies.
Jeez.
What?
Puppies are so nice.
Yeah, they're like little and they go up.
Yeah, Lil Z.
They're great.
Lil Z?
Post Lil Z if you love puppies. Wait, that means I have to post Lil Z. Hold on.
I'm gonna leave one dog alive. I don't know if anyone here loves dogs as much as you do. Oh, the Boix loves upside down dogs.
They're just upside down to get tummy rubs.
Now, the big reveal of what Zen looks like to the people who didn't see the preview of the run.
An up dog. Upside down dog is an up dog.
Hey.
Upside down dogs.
Oh, I think I get it. I think I
You
get it.
hear Steve Jobs died from Up Dog?
What's up, dog?
I lick my balls. Hey.
Oh, you got her.
You think I won't?
So-
Jesus. Jeez Louise, flushed emoji. So sometimes when I go into this map, it takes away all my HP, and I don't know why. We'll see if that happens this time. But we're waking up in the alien world, and I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds to appreciate how pretty this map in particular looks. This entire Zen sequence apparently looks even better in 1.0, but it's really pretty here.
Upside down dogs are pretty good. So they get tummy rubs. I'd like to give a tummy rub to a dog.
And more important,
Yeah.
we're gonna fly above the
I
map.
did that
But
today.
also dogs are more important, so keep going.
And she was like, "Why are you scratching my tummy?" And I was like, "What?"
So I think I've been saying this the entire game so far, but like I can't stress how visually impressive this all is for a mod team. Like a bunch of just dedicated Half-Life fans worked on this game for so many years that they came up with this, and it's absurd. Like this is infinitely better than the Zen in Half-Life 1, which is not saying much because Zen in Half-Life 1 is kind of doo-doo in my IMO.
It was
Yeah.
1998.
I will give them credit where credit is due that the rest of the game is pretty goddamn incredible, but Zen was pretty poopy, and that was a thing in Half-Life 2 also. Citadel just is bad.
There are definitely parts of Half-Life 1 that are, I mean, all of the parts that aren't skipped in Half-Life 1, like, are mostly the good parts of the game, but there are parts of Half-Life 1 that are kind of boring,
Yeah,
to be honest.
like on a
But,
rail when you're not speedrunning it is pretty boring.
Yes.
But when you're speedrunning it, it is intense and awesome and lovely.
And also surface tension, there are some parts that are just like...
It kind of
kinda-
just keeps going. It just kind of
Yeah.
keeps going. Surface tension is just like, casually, both in this game and in Half-Life 1, is just like constant stress.
Which one is surface tension?
The one with
It's-
IHD.
Oh yeah, that one sucks. I like quit the game for like a month the first time I played Half-Life, going through surface tension.
It's an intense part of the game. So basically, our goal for Zen is that we want to go see Sauron over there, and we need to destroy. I don't actually know.
Sauron?
I don't know the ring story. I think we need
Sauron's
to
evil eye.
destroy the ring. I think is what we need to do.
Yeah, we need to toss
in
the
context
the
of
eye
this
into
joke
the,
that I'm telling.
the
And
ring.
by toss the ring into the fire of Mount Doom, we mean shoot a baby in the face.
Shoot a
like, lot.
baby in the face a lot, and then when its head opens up, we shoot the crystal in its head. That
Maxim's
causes
bald
the,
head.
Yeah, exactly. That causes the trigger that will end the run on the live split timer. I need a save delete here. This is a cool map. This map has like 3 different branching parts of it that we have to go through in order to open up the path through the rest of the map.
He's gonna open up his bald head, revealing the giant ketamine crystal.
Whoa.
I heard that in the
Aesthetics.
original dev build, it was actually an e-boy, and he drank too much gamer girl bathwater, and that's why his head's like that.
Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. I could see.
That's
that.
why there's that crystal in there. You gotta.
Yeah, that's like it's like the energy from the bath, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's e-girl.
So I can't touch any of these lasers or else I die. There's also some head crabs later, which is really cool. Really fun part. Good. I don't know where my height went there. This is a bit of a tricky sequence, not dying here. I'm gonna make sure that these head crabs don't bother me. And now we should be good to go. I could, there we go. Yeah, this is the worst one by far. This branching path, just because it's like really hard to navigate on those explosive flower things. They have really weird geometry and stuff like that. So we grenade boost into this tree, which is the halfway point of the second path, and we need to ride up this tongue, get our way to the top of this room.
Shoutouts to Riding Tongue.
Shoutouts to Riding Tongue, whatever crazy alternative band that is. And we have one more branch of this path, which is the cool one, and I'm gonna make sure I don't do it correctly the first time so that it doesn't look as cool. There we go. Okay, we did it. So you can do a cool little rocket jumo there. Speaking of rocket jumps, if you like rocket jumping, I do momentum mod rocket jumping on my Twitch stream sometimes, occasionally, whenever I feel like it.
God, if you love Momentum Mom so much, why don't you just marry it?
I will, I think. So we're gonna do a big grenade boost here.
Anybody love moms?
Love Mommy.
Okay.
Mommy.
I'm gonna go the old path, I guess. This is awkward.
Mommy mod.
So I haven't done this route in forever, so I don't actually know what I'm doing right now. This seems correct though.
Speaking of moms, can we save the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, save the
Donate,
kids.
donate
Money.
now to save the kids. Shout out to the kids.
Shout out
Let's
to
save
the
it.
kids. So we're donating the marathons for the MGMT song "Kids" is what I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so
they won't play it, so we're like trying to raise money so
we're
that
raising
like
we're raising money for the MGMT comeback concert.
yeah, so like we got to get enough money or they won't play Kids at the concert because they are like, I'm not playing Kids.
And I'm
Hate
tired
you,
of playing. I'm
fans.
tired of playing Kids.
Next year is to get Radiohead to play Creep.
I think for everyone's sake, we don't want that. So we're gonna do some more DOS boosting through this water, and now instead of doing the rest of this map, we're just gonna. They didn't really consider the possibility of just kind of going out like this and skipping the map. So we just kind of do that, and it works out quite nicely. So we're now on the last map of Zen, which is also the first map of Zen, coincidentally. And that means nothing. Where am I? There we go.
Oh my god, it's like Dark Souls.
It's like, yes, exactly. You got it exactly. You got it exactly. So this is the map of Zen that is in Half-Life 1 that we do. That the only map of Zen in Half-Life 1. So in Half-Life 1, you hit 3 buttons, and then you go to Goknak, and you go fight the Goknak. And you tell him, you ask him for a Memento Mod beta key, so that you can rocket jump with Alex, because he's lonely and wants more friends to rocket jump with him. So, either way.
I'm about to save some kids, are in.
We're gonna save some kids. Let's go.
Let's go!
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir! I'm doing $4.20.
Oh, nice.
That's
for
the sex number. Hey.
Yeah. For
Whoa. What does that mean? What does that word mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what I got stuck in there, but it wasn't a good time. So now we're gonna have to, hold.
That S word.
I'm gonna deal with it.
I don't know
for
what
a
that
second.
means.
So there's gonna be
It's
a
when
bad
you
noise
poop.
later on.
It's when you do what?
It's when you poop.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? We don't talk about that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mentioned before that segmenting these wires is
I
gonna be
love
terrible.
these wires. The wire
They're
boys
so
are
they're so
funny.
wacky. They're so
I love
wacky.
them
They're so like wiggly and.
Oh
like,
my god, that's a big crystal.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing
And
with
it's
that?
it's shaped very interestingly. Maybe we
Put
should.
that up your nose.
We should introduce the we should introduce the crystal to the Hornet gun. I think.
Oh god.
I think that'll work out well. So we're gonna skip the outside
Gonna
because
boof it?
you should not. Yeah, we're gonna boof it.
Hornet
into
gun's
the-
gonna boof
into the
it.
Hornet gun.
That
Don't go outside. Social distancing, something like that. There's a cold going around if you haven't heard about it.
Oh my god, the entire room is made of Molly.
You good there?
It's just glowing.
Oh yeah, I see what else he's talking about.
That-
Oh,
that-
I love the physics in this game.
Oh yeah. So we need to blow up both of these sides here while this force field's up, or else if the force field's not up, we'll instantly get murdered by the explosives. But then, if you're, there we go. We get the MDMA, whatever we're calling it at this point, and putting it into the receiver, brain receiver, and now we can move it.
Oh yeah. That's the boof hole. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
It's connected to the baby at the end.
Oh jeez. So yeah, this
He's
noise
got a
that
big
you're
brain.
hearing only happens if you save load on this map. So I messed up earlier and had to load a save, so now we have to suffer together. Excuse me. There we go. So we have one more section of this puzzle here, and we're gonna need to just kind of throw this wire over there, drop down to get another wire that's over here. Now, there's a very specific set of holes these wires need to fill up. If you choose the wrong ones, then the game will not.
Too.
You know, yes, you absolutely need to put the correct wire with the correct thing, because. So what it wants you to do is it wants you to put this longer wire like this, but you can put the shorter wire into the first one like that. But if you do, then it just won't conduct the electricity or whatever is going on here. Because
Yeah, I think alexh0w did that the first time that I played through this game.
it has happened. When it happened to me in our run, I was eternally confused, and it took me like 10 seconds to figure out what the problem was. But either way, we are now back at where we started. We can throw that. We can throw that. Okay. Oh no, I messed up. I'm sorry. We can put the thing in the MDMA hole, and we hit the button. So, now we're gonna go say hi to Goknak, and by say hi to Goknak, I mean, we're not gonna actually see much of Goknak, unfortunately.
We run away from her, don't we?
What was that? For a little bit, yeah. We're
yeah.
gonna see Goknak, but we're not gonna fight Goknak. Shoutouts to Goknak.
I love Goknak.
He's speedrunning Half-Life 2 again in 2020. If you want to see classic Half-Life 2 speedrun streams, go follow Goknak. A very kind soul. Excellent Source Runs member. He's also making Momentum Mod, which if you've never heard of it... I didn't save delete apparently? Cool. Okay, that's fine. Yep, save delete.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you earlier, what is the significance of just yeeting that one satchel charge off the cliff that you did earlier?
I messed up and didn't grab it when I threw it, so I had to replace it with a trip mine.
You're supposed to like be like, oh no, that's RNG manipulation.
Yes, but also
That's how speedrunners do jokes out here.
I don't know comedy. I'm sorry. So we do a boost above this map, and once we do that, we can say Goknak is chilling down there somewhere. Eventually they would show up if we hit some buttons, but they're not going to really show up until we call for them. We're going to drop down under the map, under the map. Not that far under? What? I don't know where I am. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know what's going on. We need to do this boost again. We have to do that twice for RNG manipulation. Apparently that's something called comedy. Right there.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
Thank you. I thought about that one for a little bit.
Funny moment.
Epic
Gaming. Funny moment gaming.
So,
Funny gaming.
I did my rocket jump too
Funny
early
monkey.
there. Let's do that.
Funny monkey
There
GIF.
we go. Okay, so
Look at the monkey.
look at these load times. We have 2 more load screens to go through here. Now we're just gonna chill for a bit. So you can
This is
continue singing
relaxing.
Funny Monkey if you want.
Funny monkey GIF. Look at the monkey.
So one more after this because we need to get back inbound. Timing excludes loads for the regular game, yes, because believe it or not, this is on a solid state
Monkey.
drive. This is on a
Look
hard
at the
drive.
monkey.
My estimate would probably be like 210 or something. But obviously for a online or a real marathon, not real marathon, but in-person marathon rather. I don't mean to call most speedrunning marathons not real. That's not my intention. Because we're saving the kids right now. But, you know, real time is a bit better for scheduling. Thanks for the 420, LC.
Mm-hmm.
Elsie, thank you for the 420. Welcome to the Drain Gang.
Welcome to the Drang Gang. Oh, we're really funny tonight. This is the kind of content that people are looking for. So I'm going to do a big boost here. This is Goknak. We're going to just kind of get away from them.
Oh, bye Goknak.
Bye, Goknak. They're going to follow us. They want to give us the Momentum Mod beta key really badly.
We can't get it.
I already have one. You can't give me another.
How did you come from there? What the heck?
I don't have one. I'm bitter about it.
You are?
No.
All right, so Speaking of,
Do you want to game
momentum,
share?
here's a rocket.
With my Steam
Here's a
account?
rocket jump.
Is that
Is that legal?
legal?
Someone's gonna send a clip of this to Goknak, and you're gonna get all of us banned.
I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. I didn't say
No
anything.
one clip that. No one clip it.
No one clip it. No one clip it.
Oh, a bit of
Please.
world building. You saw another HEV suit, which means that there were multiple people who were already coming into Zen to set up all these wires and stuff.
Yeah.
A very good piece of world building there.
Elgu, no!
No, Elgu, no. You can also, this game's better about that world building. It was a thing in the original game also where you could see some HEV suits and like scientists would like give you supplies and stuff. This is a good loading screen, by the way. But we're gonna maybe see this loading screen more than 3 times if I end up messing up the trick on this map at the end of it. So we're gonna save delete here because we want to get more of our health back. And I'm gonna try to do a trick one time here. If I mess it up, it doesn't actually lose time, but we're gonna need to do a save load to do it. So if I mess it up, I'm not gonna try it again. So basically, we want to get to the edge of this. No, I'm gonna do it. No, I'll give it one more. No, I'm not going to.
We gotta get to the edge real quick.
Keep my word.
Yeah.
I messed it up, unfortunately, but I wanted to get healed by this for a little bit because I need all of the HP I can get for the boosts that I'm going to be doing on this map. If I did that correctly, basically I would save load at the very edge of the radius of healing there, and I would be continuously healed until I leave this map. Which is not necessary for doing anything, but it's just kind of cool.
I believe the technical term is edging.
Oh, whoa. Okay. So, now the fire is going to appear on the ground, which is convenient. I'm glad that that fire trigger's there because we can do that big skip that we just did. Now, what we need to do, ideally, is if I could remember how to do this setup, which I believe I do. I think it's up here. Yeah, it's this right here. I want to throw these satchels down and grab them like this. And then I want to... Okay. Then I want to do that and mess it up and save load. If I mess this up like 5 times, I might do some magic because I don't really want to put you guys through these loading screens anymore.
Oh, I love magic. They sang that song "Rude."
Rude. I thought you were going to be talking about that card game that people play.
No, I'm not a nerd.
There we go. I didn't have to cheat. My brother's a Magic player. Don't judge me for it. Sorry, Azra. I don't mean to harm you. But yeah, that skip's not too hard. The only problem with it is that every time you mess it up, you have to cry on the inside and watch a loading screen and embarrass yourselves in front of the Valuethon dedicated fans who are raising money for children, for kids, for the MGMT comeback concert. We need to mess up one more time for the concert. We were delaying to get more donations and to save the kids. So
yeah,
I'm doing it for the kids.
Let's get those donations in, or I'll cry on stream.
If I could do this skip, that would be cool. There's, right below the tunnel is where we want to be going, but we're having some issues doing that. Oh, there we go. That's crazy. We did it. So, this was a hard skip to find. It took, the person who found it had to go through the hammer editor. There we go. So they had to recompile the map so that it worked in the regular version of Hammer, which is the map maker for Source games, because the Black Mesa devs made a new version of Hammer in order to make a lot of the maps that they made. So she had to decompile the map into an older version of Hammer to figure out that the ceiling there was not solid for whatever strange reason. So this is Interloper. We're going to be going up. This is where Sauron is. We want to go up there. We're going to go slowly make our way.
You got to go up the stairs.
Yeah, so because I messed up and threw a trip mine off the edge, I have to wait for this. Or it didn't blow up despite hearing the clicky. I'm a little upset about that. Okay, I suppose maybe my satchels aren't good enough for it. I'm honestly not sure what's going on here. I'm gonna just put
Your
some
satchels
more.
are good enough. Don't
I'm just
let them get you
Here's what I'm
down.
gonna do. It's not what I honestly don't know what to do about this scenario. I'm feeling really concerned right now. I do know what I'm doing, but you know, I'm gonna hit the button and we're gonna just kind of restart all of this. None of
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
ever
say,
happened.
can you just save delete again?
I can do that, yeah. So the reason why that was all messing up is because I did not grab one of these satchels, because you need to just kind of quickly grab it after you throw it in order to make sure it doesn't go off the cliff. And if you do that correctly, you can accidentally mess up again and have to sit through another loading screen.
I think it was messing up because you weren't directly on top of the like one of the explosives, so you were getting too much horizontal speed.
Well, the problem was the trip mine wasn't blowing up. The satchels were
okay.
blowing up, but for some reason they weren't blowing up the trip mine. So that map goes a little bit better generally in a speed run, but that's fine. This is Valuethon. We're doing it for the kids. So we go into this next map. We're gonna save delete again, so we have to, you know, sit through the load screens. Every single map of Interloper Bar 2 has a save delete, so we're gonna be looking at lots and lots of this fun text in the middle of my screen. I should have replaced it with a funny joke or something that would have gotten old about 3 minutes into the run, because you can edit the text on the screen to say something funny if you really want to. But unfortunately, I did not plan for humor in this speedrun.
Shit.
Whoa there.
Oh wait.
Curse words.
I didn't mean. I'm sorry.
Oh no. It's over.
I think I've said worse things though. So
oh, like in this run, sure, yeah. I thought you meant in general. Absolutely. So this is a good song as well.
I was gonna say, yeah, donate to save the kids and the bid war, save or kill the kids.
Oh jeez.
But
you were going to say
there is no bid war.
It.
Only save the kids. We gotta save those kids.
It's the only thing you can donate for. Not that. Yeah, not that. Don't
yeah, no.
Not that. Not
save the kids.
So this is look at how goofy this thing looks. It's like a weird octopus face thing. The song is still good, but we're gonna say goodbye to it when we hit this load screen. And this is one of the two that we're not gonna be save deleting on, which is good fun. Can I get a real-time check what the timer is at right now? I'm a little curious about the likelihood of me finishing under estimate. I could take my time, make sure the Boix gets to bed as late as possible.
An hour,
2:24. Okay. So we should be good on being under estimate, I think. We only have 2 chapters left. So if I don't royally screw up the ending of this chapter, we should be good. We should be good to get the Boix to bed on time. That's what we're here for. We're here to try to get the Boix to get to bed on time. Because he's had a long weekend of saving the kids.
Boix bedtime and saving the kids. That's what we're here for.
Although I'm not sure what the Boix's plans are after their speedrun, following my speedrun. Originally, I was going to be the last run, but the Boix stole my thunder, which is probably for the best considering the things that we've been discussing.
His marathon.
It's also his marathon. Valuethon is a wonderful thing that I always enjoy running in.
Wait. What is he doing? Is he doing Pepsi Man? Or what?
I don't remember the name of the game.
Protel or something. The Boix, what are you doing? Derek, what? Sound shapes. Okay, I don't know what that is, but it sounds bass.
So what I'm
if you're running it, it's probably bass.
I'm trying to do a double backwards long jump. I'm trying to do backwards long jumps in order to do LBLJ. Can I please play the video game?
Speaking of backwards long jumps. Momentum mod is getting backwards long jumps.
What? Okay, yes, I understand what you're saying now. Momentum mod
A-hop,
is getting
yeah.
A-hop, which is going to be the Half-Life 2 movement sequence, or movement system, excuse me. So if you like Half-Life 2 speedrunning, and maybe you hate the route for Half-Life 2 because there's a lot of displacements that are really hard to not get hit by, and it can be really aggravating when you get hit by them, and makes you sad, and you don't want to speedrun the game, and I'm basically describing myself here, if that wasn't clear. You can play A-hop and Momentum mod, which will probably be a bit better, and not require as much displacements and unfortunate things that make you sad in the long term. Speaking of sad, Gordon's legs are not having a good time, because we are going to just be absolutely blowing him up all over the place throughout Zen. Pretty much every single map is just going to be us doing a huge grenade boost, or explosive boost rather, and then save deleting on the next map so that we can get our HP and ammo back to do another huge explosive boost. So as I said, you're not really going to be spoiled on too much in terms of like what Zen is actually like, because this chapter is insanely long in the game. It's insanely long in the run too, but not to the degree that it is in the regular game. Like, all of these maps can take upwards of like 20-30 minutes to do, and there's like a good 7 or 8 in Interloper or something. I'm gonna heal up there, do a big ol' boosty. I'm not gonna do it enough, so I'm gonna put another explosive.
The Beck album.
Soy un perdedor. Hopefully that doesn't get the VOD muted. I don't know how crazy Beck is about Spanish being used in outside of their song.
I'm pretty sure he's got it copyrighted, so...
We're gonna do another save delete. We're gonna do a big old boost up there. This is where at ESA Together, my roommate's mom donated, which is really nice, but she doesn't want to save the kids. It's unfortunate. So, here we are. We're gonna do another grenade boost. We're gonna go big. No, not like that. Oh yeah, interesting thing about the big suck tunnel that alexh0w is talking about. So if you know Half-Life 2 runs at all, you know that you can get no clip in that game by getting into a boat and then deleting the boat while still being in the boat. So you actually never end up leaving the boat. So you become the boat. When you become the boat, you get no clip. And then you get the clipping back because you get tongued. But either way, you get no clip from those like vents as well. So theoretically, we could get no clip permanently from them, but we haven't figured out a way to actually get it to happen. So could be not possible, but knowing source, eventually something's gonna happen, and we're gonna be able to do that. So the person singing this song is actually the composer's wife, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that Joe Nielsen did a lot of his songs with their wife. It's very lovely, and they make very beautiful music for this part of the game. That we're not going to hear any more of because loading screen.
Shoutouts to wives.
That's to wives.
Shout outs to wives. Can we get a round of applause in the chat room for wives?
Can I applaud too? I'm slapping my arm instead of clapping because I have to play the video game. I actually don't have to play the. Why did I save load there? If you're so muscle memory. Is bad, and you shouldn't have it when you're doing marathons, because it actually saves a little bit of in-game time to throw another save load in at the very end of a save delete sequence. We also have to take a shower with our VoidClip friend here. We're gonna say goodbye. We're also gonna... I don't think I'm gonna do much to him.
It's nice to... It's pretty nice to shower with your homies.
Shower with your homies, you know? Shower with your homies.
You gotta shower. You gotta shower with them before you kiss them goodnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay,
comfy.
that is actually an issue. I have to reload a save from that damage that I just absolutely deserved to take. So that was fun. So if you don't know anything about Half-Life, I don't know anything about Half-Life either. So we can be similar on that. But what I do know is that the Vortigaunts are actually friendly creatures to us, because they're basically enslaved by the big baby. We're gonna go try to fight. So they're rooting for us, and they're gonna be our friends in the future, and during the Combine stuff going on. So what I need to do here is I need to boost up into the sky and hope that I cannot hit the ceilings anywhere, because I need to go all the way up to the top of this map. So I'm just kind of gonna hope that I can get my way out of this situation where I'm gonna load back in and not hit the ceiling. No, I need to strafe to the. I'm just gonna hold right. I'm just gonna strafe to the right. Drag my mouse to the right. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, we're not doing it. This is Super Metroid. We're currently in Lower Norfair. We're currently at
Let's go! Let's go, Samus! Let's go!
Yeah, let's go. I thought their name was Metroid.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is it? Let's go, Metroid! Let's go!
Yeah. Metroid Freeman.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir!
I'm trying my best.
Let's see those feet!
Whoa. Like feet as in F-E-A-T, as in make more money for the children, so we can surpass.
Yeah! Let's save those kids! Let's save those kids!
I'm gonna give this a couple more attempts, because I do want to be underestimate, and there was a bit more of the video game left.
It's fine. I'm sure Boyks can just get to sleep late.
No, I want Boyks to be get his beauty sleep.
Boyks lives on the West Coast.
Oh, does he? Okay, never mind. Well, I'll
yeah.
So you guys mind if
West Coast Boyks, you're never sleeping.
Yeah, well, we're an East Coast fam here. We prefer our biggies, our notorious BIGs instead of our notorious Boyks. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Boyks likes Tupac.
Yes, Tupac. Yes.
He likes. He likes Sir Mix-a-Lot, but
Sir Mix-a-Lot. Let's go. I'm gonna get. I think I can get there.
We'd be cool into some Illmatic over on this side. You know what I mean?
Okay. This is called Magic, where you perform magic and you.
Whoa!
Currently, Magic is happening. Where am I actually? I don't know where I'm cheating. I don't know how I'm cheating right now. I'm concerned. I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. So okay.
You're really not repping the east side really well right now.
Shoutouts to Noir Cat at shoutouts to Noir Cat at
shoutouts to Noir Cat.
AGDQ 2014. Am I at the right side? I think I'm at the right side. I didn't want to spend more time screwing that trick up, so I'm spending more time screwing this one up. We need to, there we go, do some kind of like LJ movement to get past all that stuff going on. Then we can fix the map, or finish the map. I'm jumbling over all my words right now.
It's okay. Do you want a joke?
Go for it, yeah.
You ever just chilling with your homies and you're like, Galunga, and then your homie's like, Galunga, I know.
Oh, I get it.
And then this white dude just like comes through, zooming around with explosives. And that's what it's like to be a Vortigaun.
So speaking of physics, and I don't know if physics was mentioned, but Gordon Freeman was mentioned, and he's a physicist. I recently learned how strafe jumping works in terms of vector analysis. So if anyone is interested in a lecture on vector analysis in regards to Half-Life speedrunning, hit us up. You can find me at twitter.com/alexh0w with a 0 instead of a
Let's talk about dot products.
So yeah, so first we have to talk about calculus. We're on an elevator now. This elevator is supposed to have music, and it's going to come a little bit later because the game has dynamic music, so there's multiple music triggers for starting.
You want to learn what vector projection is?
Yeah, so if you want to understand how strafe jumping works down to the code, you need to understand vector projections, which involves calculus.
But in order to understand that, first we gotta talk about parallel universes.
Do you guys know what a triangle is?
No.
I can try to find an example of a triangle.
Your a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Down. Sit it down. No.
I can try. I don't think any. Is there no triangle?
It is kind of like a Triforce. It is actually kind of like a Triforce.
Oh my god.
So imagine, imagine
We're
you
making connections.
Imagine the Triforce, instead of it being connected at 3 points, it was actually just like 3 points instead that were connected by one, like just lines, instead of being 3 sets of 3 points connected by lines. So eventually, that's a nice law of cosines over there by Mrs. Azure in the chat.
Cosines? What is that?
I'm gonna save load here and see if I can get permanent healing, just for fun, for funsies.
Oh, cosines, no. like what parents do on apartments.
So we need to
I get it.
shoot
Yeah.
these. And I've never heard of parents cosigning leases. What are you talking about? Either way, we blow those things up to break the shield surrounding the small floating baby who's controlling the thing above us. So this is just a big elevator that goes up for a really long time, and there's actually a finite number of these platforms that we can ride up. If you look down far enough, you might be able to see the end of it, but it might be a bit vertigo-inducing. Thank you, Warm Ham, for saving the children. Can we get some more children saving going on right now?
Any child savers in the chat? Child savers?
Also,
savers
we have
in the
infinite
chat?
Gauss ammo because of these crystals in particular.
Let's see some child savers. Let's save some childs.
Yeah, so thankfully we're finishing off the marathon with almost Super Metroid, but we're gonna finish it off with Boix. What is Boix running? Chrono Trigger 100% or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so Chrono Trigger 100% is coming after this. This is a good song.
Grand Stream Saga, I think.
Grand Stream Saga, let's go.
Grand Stream Saga, any percentage, I believe.
Any percentage.
Any percent.
I tried my best.
Oh wait, no.
I mean, isn't Chrono Trigger on Steam now?
Yes.
This is very exciting music for this elevator. This elevator is very hype. Maybe in future marathons I should purposefully mess up here and just kind of mess around so I can listen to it more, because that's a really nice song. I feel like every time I say it's a really nice song and then it just ends before it gets to the really, really cool parts. We're almost to the top, so there's not going to be no issues with getting to the top of this elevator. There's not going to be anything happening to prevent us from getting down to the top. No blockades, no obstacles. I think the joke is understood at this point, right?
I was zoned out. What?
Okay, fair enough. So we need to kill the glowing baby brains, the glowing Jimmy Neutrons. Speaking of Jimmy Neutron, I found out it was on Hulu the other day. I also found out that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is on Hulu, so I'm gonna be spending the sex day tomorrow, I think it is, doing that probably, watching
Whoa.
cartoons.
What does that S word
childhood.
mean?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I should be reminding people that we're doing this for the kids. We can't be saying those things. Foster's is so good. I have its theme song in my Spotify playlist, and it comes up on stream. And it's
Oh yeah, it goes like our whole universe was in a hot.
You know,
right?
I've been thinking lately.
good.
You know, it's really
Brain-
no wonder
brain power.
why Jimmy Neutron keeps that Carl kid around, because he's kind of got a fatty.
He got a big dumpy. You're right.
Oh,
He's got the
no.
wagon. He's got a wagon.
That cake though.
Like,
He's
Oh
cheap.
no, I don't condone or support any of these comments.
He's got the Tonka truck.
I support that one. But only that one.
he's got the honky tonky.
So what's happening is that we're gonna go kill a baby. And in order to kill this
Which
baby,
is not what you should do. You
should be
save
saving
the
the
You should be
babies.
saving the
You should be
kids.
saving
You
the
should be saving
babies.
the-
Killing the baby is
Let-
my job
let's-
and my job only. Please
let's
save
save
the
the kid.
babies. So we're gonna save
Let's
Delete one
save
more
the-
time. Get a rocket
Let's save the
launcher.
kid. We're gonna
Save
save, delete, save, save the kids. Save the kids. Delete.
So I should have been doing something during that period, but I just wanted to appreciate
Delete.
how nice this save delete, how nice this game is. This fight is absurd and it's overwhelming as all hell when you play this game casually, and it's awesome. It's so good. I love this fight so much in this game casually. Where am I? There we go. So basically our goal here is we want to shoot our rockets at these crystal things on the ceiling. And some ammo is going to spawn in so we can continue breaking its shield.
Hold on, just a second. Is that the Half-Life world record holder Maxim Lee?
That is Maxim up there. You can tell it's Maxim because of the beautiful head of... Oh wait, did I pull up all three of them? I guess I did.
Maxim Sweet?
Maxim Sweet? Shout out to Maxim, one of the best speedrunners I've personally ever known. Absolutely unreal Half-Life 1 runner. Currently being represented by this baby. I think the joke is that Maxim is bald. And, it's a common joke in the community that he does not have hair. It's very funny.
It's incredibly funny. I didn't get it until you explained it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now that I get it, it's really funny.
That's the joke. That's the joke. Maxim also just talks really funny. Like, I wish I had their sense of humor, and I wish I had the ability to have their sense of humor, because they're very funny.
Maxim can talk in 3 different languages all at once in one sentence.
This dude's got
time's
a
coming up in
brain
a
like
second.
Sheen.
So time's coming up
Sheen
when
in
I
that
shoot
one-
this baby in the head. Don't shoot babies in the head. Please save the kids. What? Rude. What? What? Okay. Did I do it? Fine. I guess it's time. I think it's time. I think. Yeah, it is. Okay.
You think? Okay.
I didn't.
GG?
Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
see that I shot them, and then I did. So we're gonna watch a couple of these cutscenes because I think I was probably like a 150 something. We got a couple minutes. And because there's some pretty cool stuff that's gonna happen. It's like, you know, adrenaline's pumping. You just beat an island. You beat the game.
Adrenaline? Adrenaline
Gamer
is pumping?
Adrenaline Gamer's pumping. You just beat an island, which is a really cool, awesome fight. And then this happens, and it's great. It's so good.
Gordon Freeman.
It's so
in
good.
the
I love
flesh.
this sequence so much.
Or
Like, this is
rather,
so
in the
much better than
hazard
anything.
suit.
This is basically
I
what
took
Half-Life
the
2 did, but
liberty of relieving
extremely
you
cooler.
of your
Look at this
weapons.
beautiful
Most of
text,
them were
beautiful
Oh my
particles.
God.
property.
That's like in Call of
As
Duty
for
4
the
when the nuke
suit,
happened.
So apparently there's
think
something
you've
about
earned
this
it.
guy, and this is a person who's apparently in Half-Life Alyx. I haven't played it yet, so if you spoil it, I will personally have a personal vendetta that's personal against you, and you in particular, or whoever spoils it, because it's an important game series to me. Please don't spoil it for me. Please,
Is that
please and
Gary
thank
from
you.
Gary's Mod?
That is Gary from
Oh my
Gary's
god, that
Mod.
is Gary's It's the G-Man, Gary. That's how we...
So
Dang.
we actually call it How Life Alex or How Life Alley, depending on what I feel like that day. So the end of this game, we have the option. We're given free choice, which is wonderful. Free choice is an excellent thing that we currently have in our own society. Where we have the choice of working with this man or dying. It's a nice choice that we can make.
Relatable.
So should we go for good ending or bad ending, chat? What do we want to do?
If you're interested, just step into the portal and I will take that.
Are we saving or killing the Freeman?
Otherwise, well,
Kill the Freeman.
Kill the Freeman? We got one vote for kill the Freeman.
Freeman.
We got yes from Boyks. That's one for each. bad. Okay, so it looks like we're getting murdered.
After what you've just survived.
I wish I had better textures so I could read what that said.
Freeman is not a kid.
Yeah, Freeman's not a kid. We
Yeah.
don't need to save. We don't need to save Feetman.
Donate to the kids now to save or kill the Freeman. Please.
It's time to choose.
Kinda.
Well, it looks like we won't be working together.
Also, good casting on this voice actor. They're doing a very good impression of the voice actor for G-Man. It's not the same voice actor. And this is a really cool sequence. The game is just all sorts of really cool things. Reminder, this was made by a mod team. A small studio. This is all sorts of awesome. This is the bad ending.
Oh, I've never seen it in this game. I've only seen it
Yeah,
in the original.
I mean, it's not nothing different. A bunch of grunts. They're all fisting the Hornet gun at the moment, and I am dead.
Oh, they're gonna dom you.
Oh yeah. So that was Black Mesa. I'd highly recommend buying this game and supporting this lovely studio, even though some of their developers aren't exactly in support of the speedrunning community. They made an incredible game, and they should be rewarded for that nonetheless. So thank you so much for creating this incredible video game. It means a lot to Half-Life fans like me and my roommate and a lot of the people in the community. So wonderful video game. And enjoy the Boix's run of Chrono Trigger 100%. I think.
Yeah, Persona 400%.
Persona 4 100%. Good lord. Yeah, we're gonna be off for the betterment of everything. So have a good night, everyone. Save the kids. Enjoy.
Good night.
Enjoy your
Save
day
the
tomorrow.
Save the kids.
Whatever you do tomorrow, enjoy your day tomorrow.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye.